Lakers fans, I know you don't want to hear this, but I was right about the Lakers after the Luka Doncic trade. I put out a video when that trade went down, and I said both teams lost the trade. Now, I did not know that the Mavericks were then going to trade another scorer for Caleb Martin, who hasn't played a game yet. I didn't know Anthony Davis was going to injure himself and be out indefinitely. Just came back recently. And I didn't know Kyrie Irving was going to tear his ACL. And the Mavericks are a disaster, and Dallas Mavericks fans are on S-word watch. You know what I'm saying? But I said both teams lost the trade because the Lakers couldn't guard anybody before the Luka Doncic trade. And then they trade for Luka Doncic. And I told people this is about to be maybe the worst defense in the history of the NBA. Now, I know the trade was for the future to build around Luka Doncic because he's only 25 years old, and that makes sense. But as far as LeBron James, the end of his career, it doesn't make sense. And there's people that are still telling me the Lakers are contenders. Third seed in the West. Watch out for the Lakers. Watch out for the Lakers. They're not going to stop anybody in the playoffs. Are you serious? And it's just interesting to me, the end of LeBron James' career, because really, to make the Luka Doncic thing work, they have to rebuild the entire team around Luka Doncic with size and defensive potential, defensive ability, rebounding and defense. This LeBron James, Luka Doncic thing is just, it's not going to work. And that's what I meant by that. The Lakers have lost 3 out of 10, and their last 2 games they lost to the Chicago Bulls and the Orlando Magic. Now, the Orlando Magic are a team to watch out for right now with Paolo Banchero back and Franz Wagner back, and even without Paolo, you know, they were still winning. That's a deep team that has been injured for the past couple of years, and once they got all of their guys, this is no longer a team to sneeze at, the Orlando Magic. But the Lakers gave up 146 points the other night to the Chicago Bulls. And the Chicago Bulls are another team that are surprising right now. You know, Kobe White is balling. He was balling last year. He's doing it again this year. He had 36 points in that game. But they gave up 146 points to the Chicago Bulls. If you're I don't care how good the Chicago Bulls are looking recently. If you're giving up 146 points to the Chicago Bulls, you are not winning anything in the NBA playoffs. You know, I thought the Bulls were going to fall apart after they didn't manage to get a first round pick for Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan or Alex Caruso. Unbelievable mismanagement by the Chicago Bulls, but they've actually been surprising lately. And their rookie, Buzelis, who was a top 5 pick in the draft, and he was in the dunk contest, which he shouldn't have been. He had 31 points in that game. The Lakers can't guard anybody. You can't win anything in the NBA playoffs if you can't guard anybody. Then they turn around and give up 118 to the Orlando Magic. And now, you know, it's looking like everyone's coming around to the fact that the Lakers are not good. And they've lost 3 out of 7 in the past 10. And here's what they say. I think we just got a little bit satisfied. We can't afford that right now. So they were on a little bit of a win streak and they got satisfied. That doesn't come off as a winning mentality to me. Before its 4-game road trip through Orlando, Indiana, Chicago, and Memphis, Los Angeles had supposedly received a wake-up call over the weekend when the Chicago Bulls dominated them 146-115. And then they lost to Orlando. Now they got Indiana and Memphis. Could it be 4 in a row for the Lakers? And if they continue to trend downward and, you know, losing the first round. What do you guys think LeBron James does? Let me know in the comments. Do you think LeBron James retires? Chicago outscored them 39-27 in the third quarter. Orlando last night outscored them 34-18. Lakers forward Dorian Finney-Smith said Los Angeles let its offensive struggles in the third dictate its defense. We let our offense mess with our defensive strategy. Luka Doncic said, I think me and Bron, I think we should be the guys to do that. That's on me. Obviously, I got to be better. I got to talk more. I talked in the first half, then just kind of let my voice down, and I shouldn't do that. But I don't think it has anything to do with scoring, man. I just personnel-wise, this team is not going to be good enough defensively to do anything in the playoffs. And I think this offseason, if LeBron James doesn't retire, they need to make a trade. They need to make a LeBron James trade because you need to start rebuilding around Luka Doncic right now. Right now. Because it's going to take you a couple years. And if you rebuild it correctly, by the time Luka Doncic is 27, 28 years old, and maybe even by then he's in better shape and is taking his fitness level a little more seriously, then you build a championship team around Luka Doncic. I think that's possible, but I don't think it's going to be possible for this team to build a championship winning roster with LeBron James still on the team. Last night, LeBron James was a -19 and Luka Doncic was a -9. LeBron's bad at defense at this point of his career. Luka Doncic has always been bad at defense. And then, I mean, you got Austin Reeves out there. You got Dalton Connect out there. They can't guard anybody. So I just wanted to say I was right. Thanks for tuning in. What other NBA headlines should we look at? Tatum left with an ankle sprain last night. Uh-oh. Well, you could just sit him until the playoffs start. The Celtics are, you know, the favorite to win it all again, which I would hate to see it. Jokic expected back during 5-game homestand. This is my pick out of the West, by the way, everybody. The Denver Nuggets are my pick to come out of the West. I don't think OKC has the experience yet. I think when you slow down SGA, they struggle to score a point in general. And I think SGA is not going to get a lot of these sweep through, lean in foul calls in the playoffs that he's getting in the regular season. We've seen it with so many players, Jalen Brunson, James Harden, Damian Lillard, all these players that get all these calls in the regular season. They stop getting them in the playoffs and everything falls apart. So I think I think OKC is going to have a little bit of a reality check in the playoffs this year, and they're going to need to do some soul searching and, for lack of better terms, grow up a little bit before they win something. I think the Houston Rockets, I same way. Incredibly athletic team, young, big, strong, can defend you out of the building, but I don't think they have the experience to get it done in the playoffs. What I saw with the Rockets against the Sixers, I mean, you almost got upset by a tanking Sixers team. I mean, it was Quentin Grimes and a G League guys out there, and the Rockets were getting so frustrated because they couldn't stop anybody that they were starting fights on the court. You know, so I think the Rockets, for me, same issue. Not enough experience, a little bit of immaturity. I believe in the Denver Nuggets coming out of the West because, I mean, the reasons are obvious. Nikola Jokic and the supporting cast, if everybody's healthy. And Jokic, dude, he's better right now than he was in his other, 3 MVP seasons. And I don't think he's going to play basketball for very long because I don't think he loves it that much. I say 3 or 4 more years for Nikola Jokic, and I think he might get 2 more rings out of it. And for the rest of this NBA season, because I hate the Boston Celtics with all of my being, I'm rooting for the Denver Nuggets. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I just needed to talk about something other than the Sixers, man. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.